All right, in this video, I want to go over how I make camp coffee or coffee in the backwoods, if you will. Pretty much the same method. It's not the perfect method by any means, but this is how I've done it here recently, and I kind of like it a little more. Just a couple things I've got here on the table. I've got the Grail water filter. I use this obviously to get clean, drinkable water in the field. I will, I've done a review on this. If you're interested, definitely look it up on the channel. Great way to filter. It works as a Nalgene, carrying around about 24 ounces of water. Sometimes I'll carry dirty water and filter more throughout the day. Love that thing. I will link all this gear in the comments below as well. Just a standard camp cup. This is a cheapo. It's like an Ozark Trail. It's got a nice little handle so you can't burn it. You could probably use this thing directly to heat up water. I like the fact that it folds over or whatever, just taking up less space in the bag. But this bad boy is nice. Obviously, you've got your little stove. I've got a Jetboil. I had this for years. Got a little canister in there. The other new gear item that I've picked up this off season is this coffee filter. It's a stainless coffee filter. Again, I will link it. But what this allows me to do is, let's say I'm on a camping trip. I'm going to heat my water up with the stove, and I drop in, I basically pre-make these little one single coffee serving. This is my standard ground coffee I use on a daily basis. I put a tablespoon and a half in a plastic bag. This goes right in the filter, which sits over top your vessel. Now, the nice thing about this like mesh metal filter is I can use any sort of coffee, any sort of cup. Kind of what you got laying around will work with this method, if you will. I heat the water up. I don't want that water necessarily boiling, but I do want it pretty hot, and that's just a game you got to play and get experience with. But I put my grounds in there and I dump said hot water over the top. I try to do this in a slower, controlled manner to let that like seep through the coffee grounds. Like try to swirl that water around it, basically filtering what your standard Mr. Buddy coffee maker does at home into the cup. Now, when I fill the stove, I only put in, say, 8 to 10 ounces of water in there to bring to a high temperature, just because I'm not, I don't want to overdo it and get really like watered down coffee, if you will. So that's kind of my method of choice. You could definitely not even need the bag. If you're just camping or at deer camp where you're going to be able to repeat this process and getting water isn't a thing, you just got bottled water or a water source there, like I would just have a tub of coffee with your little tablespoon scooper, boom, boom, and start your process again. Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know in the comments if you got some other things. I guess the big positive to this is the fact that the pour over packs that come like pre and nice and easy, they're a lot more expensive than this method. You're literally using the coffee you got at home, a one-time buy of this guy, which is like 25 bucks. So I already had some of the other gear from some backpacking trips, but that is my backcountry, backwoods, deer camp coffee making system. Appreciate you guys watching.